Hello, dear friends. I'm Yakov Gershkovich, the author of the natural rejuvenation method, Sculptural facelifting. This is a technique of natural rejuvenation with the help of hands. We use the natural resources of the body and thereby achieve facial rejuvenation with special movements and hand manipulations without any additional methods. The face is revealed, the face is tightened. The specific task in this procedure is revealing and tightening the face. What does it mean to reveal? Not only from the top and from the outside we reveal our face, but also from the inside. We're affected by our emotions, first and foremost. This is the most important thing, the very first one. We are affected by our emotions, our emotional background, our sense of life. Whatever we're experiencing in life causes the impact. And to remove this impact, we will apply the special movements. In this way, we can remove our blocks, drag out all the emotional tension and stress. This is the most important thing, in fact, all that matters to us. Today, yesterday, and tomorrow, we drag out all the emotional stress that we have inside, which we accumulated over the entire life. This is the task for the master to whom the client turns. This is the way it works. First of all, he looks at his patient, not just superficially, but, so to say, makes an imprint to check how to work with the muscles, to get a certain result, to work out the muscle, strengthen it, tone it up, and as a result, tighten it. First of all, the master sees this patient as a person who has emotions, and those emotions accordingly are all imprinted on the patient's face. That is, we must understand clearly and distinctly. Everything that we have inside of us is on our face. Otherwise, everything that our face expresses is inside of us. I have lived in Israel long enough and I speak Hebrew fluently. And there is one very clear expression in Hebrew that emphasizes what I've just told you. There is a phrase that means that everything I have inside of me is on my face. I can ask my friend a simple question. How are you? He or she can answer with one simple slang phrase. In Hebrew it would sound like this. If we translate it from Hebrew, it sounds like on my face. That is, how are you doing? How do you feel? Look at my face and you will see it all. This phrase means, I'm not doing really well. That is such a clear slang associated together. Look at my face and you will see that I'm not doing well. Even in Hebrew, a fairly intelligent language, it is emphasized that everything we have inside is on our face. The face is a mirror of our emotions. The face is imprinted with everything we've stored inside. This is the main task of our technique, to work out the muscles in full consciousness and understanding that these muscles contain all our experiences, all our emotions. They can be both positive and negative. The positive emotions usually don't stay on our face. They remain inside. We live with them. We flourish. The face reveals. The negative emotions are imprinted on our face, in our muscles, in our skull bones, and accordingly, like a weight, a heavy weight covers us. There is a phrase, heavy load. Emotional heavy load. For example, it's hard for me. What happens in this case? It is pulling, isn't it? It pulls an emotional state. It shuts us down. It covers us. Our task, as the professionals of sculptural facelifting, is the revealing and tightening of the face, dragging out everything that we accumulated throughout our life. We make things easier. We make our clients feel a complete difference, a completely different mood, changing the client's spirits. The client has done the procedure, passed through the course. At least 6 procedures should be completed. The course can be counted as completed after 6 procedures 2 times a week. And if this procedure is performed correctly, if this procedure is done with attention and exact movements to specific emotions, and there is a certain emotion in each muscle, and therefore our client feels completely different. We are neither psychotherapists nor psychologists. We don't solve psycho-emotional problems. We help our patients to feel good and thus to look good, because everything is really interconnected. Why do you think we are getting older? Of course, the question is a global one. Yes, with age we are getting old, but sometimes the aging is premature. Sometimes you can see a person who looks 60 at 45, and sometimes you can see a person who looks 45 and you don't understand what age they are at. First of all, I think, the more I get into this, the more I understand this. And this is really so. The more people keep inside, leaves inside, gets inside, blocks certain emotions, the older they look, the faster they age. Look at a simple example. The depressors, the muscles lowering the lower lip and the corner of the mouth. Depressors, huh? Listen to this, depressors. Something that is pulling you down, depression. These muscles often keep the emotion called sadness, sorrow. The corners of the lips go down. The muscles of sadness, sorrow go down. So when we work on these muscles, we tone them up and make them stronger. All the movements are done from bottom to top for the revelation. So we influence the condition, mood, the patient's emotion, and then we involve feedback. Thus, this emotion, as the muscle slowly begins to strengthen, and the psycho-emotional background of the person changes accordingly. We like to drag out this experience. What can happen? Nothing. Or we can somehow influence this emotion, that sadness. That is, we will strengthen the muscle, which goes down and accordingly will give an impulse for a certain state. Something can happen to a person. Something can change. We can push our patient to take certain actions. Again, we're not psychologists and we're not psychiatrists. We don't give pills and we don't heal the human soul. We help to cope with a certain problem and thereby we lift the face. Yes, together, 2 in 1. So the first thing is helping with certain emotions, and the second is that we reveal and tighten the face, we rejuvenate our beautiful patient. So we begin now from the corners of the lip with the 3rd and 4th fingers along the entire length of the cheek zone. We put a smile on our faces. The chewing muscle is called the masseter. It's a very important muscle. We go deep in the masseter and knead it on the one side and on the other side too. Platysma. The beauty of our neck and youth depends on it. So we put one hand on the jaw and the other one on the right side of the chest. And we do the same. Watch this film and repeat different movements and various exercises. I want you to always stay natural, real, and young.